Hi friends, this is Vijay, and today I would like to discuss the auction strategy that SRH should deploy during the mini auction, in my opinion. I'm a huge SRH fan, have been since its inception in 2013, and before that, I was supporting Deccan Chargers from the start of the IPL. So I've seen how the Hyderabad franchise has been, in last 12, 13 years, and have researched about it in depth, and I think based on and how IPL works, I think I've come to a what do you say, I have a fair understanding of how the game works. And as I'm an analyst by profession and have been for the last 6 years, and I think one of the favorite things that I do outside my work is analyze how SRH team can improve. So yeah, that's the reason extremely excited about the auction and this video, to share my analysis. So let's just get right into it. So before I start with what who are the players that SRH are going to target, we should discuss about the team composition or the starting 11, how it functions. So I'll just start with this. Okay, now most of the team is set, and the players pick themselves. And the bottom four, which is Rashid Khan and the three fast bowlers, pick themselves, and those are the four places which aren't going to be touched. What isn't going to be touched is our opening middle order consisting of Kane Williamson and Manish Pandey. Where I think SRH can strengthen is the lower middle order. Yeah, that's right. So last season we had Jason Holder, who was a replacement for Mitchell Marsh. So these were the players that SRH brought in to uh, add to the low middle order of firepower, which we did not have. Now, every team has, you can say, a good lower middle order. I think SRH has the weakest lower middle order. And you cannot really blame SRH for that, because every franchise has a weakness in one particular area, except Mumbai probably. But most of the base they have a weakness, and our weakness is in low middle order. Now for 90% of the games in last 4 5 years, it did not matter the strength of our low middle order, because the top order has been so good, and thanks to David Warner, Kane Williamson stepping in, and Bairstow, and there hasn't been, what do you say, a lot of dependency on the lower middle order. So I think, considering the same, I would like to share the current 11 which we have, and who are the players that can improve that 11. Now, before that, I'll just tell you that we have 10.75 crores, which is the lowest amount that remaining purse amongst all eight franchises during the mini auction. But that's not bad, because we only have three slots to fill, and I don't think, what do you say, and yeah, three is the lowest number of slots that any franchise has to be filled. So by that sense, SRH is the most complete team entering into the mini auction. So that's a plus. So, and second, I would like to add that the core is strong. I don't think, even without the auction and the current squad, SRH is, and if the IPL is going to happen without the mini auction, SRH will be, I'd say, second best team in the league. So, considering that, there's always a scope for improvement. Despite a near complete squad, I think there is a scope for improvement in our squad as well. So yeah, I'll just start with the 11. You can see that our bottom four is fixed. Our top is more or less fixed. I'd say Warner, Saha, Kane Williamson, Pandey, and assuming Vijay Shankar starts, then there are two slots in between. I would slot Abdul Samad in one of them, uh, and the foreigner, which is either Mitchell Marsh, Jason Holder, and or Mohammad Nabi in those two slots. Now, Abdul Samad, because he had a very good Syed Mustaq Ali trophy, he is the most aggressive of the four Indian youngsters we have, who are Abhishek Sharma, Virat Singh, Priyam Garg, and Abdul Samad included. So that's why that's the team combination that finished third last season. I don't think SRH management is going to tinker with a relatively successful team composition. Now this team, uh, this is now what I would look into this team is the slot for Vijay Shankar and Abdul Samad is kind of doubtful, and also the foreigner. Okay, now we have Beristo on our bench, so we need to consider that Beristo is just too good a player to be on the bench. I'll start for most of the franchises. So, and he's a world class batsman. So I would say the third, the foreigner spot should also Beristo should have a shot at that. And the only way we can give that slot to Beristo is if we have an all rounder in between. Now, who are the all rounders that we are looking at? I would say the three all rounders. I would say my least favorite to the all rounder player I would prefer in that slot, which is Indian. Now we have 10.75 crores, and it's okay if we spend the entire money on just this one player. It's completely fine. Uh, because I don't think every franchise is going to fill their 25 slots. Like you look at Kolkata or any other team, I don't think they're going to fill their 25 slots. So it's okay if we go with only 24 players. It should be completely fine if our purse is zero. The most annoying thing last time was that we had 7 crores in our purse, which was uh, slightly irritating because I mean, if you look at it, we could have bought a marquee player with that, or Maxwell. I don't know, but yeah. So considering the same, I would say the player I would there are three players in my mind. One is Kedar Jadhav. Kedar Jadhav purely based on reputation and the fact that he's a very good batsman in Indian conditions. And there are rumors that IPL is going to happen in if it isn't going to be in a bubble, or it might be in Maharashtra, which is Kedar Jadhav's home. So yeah, that is yeah, this shot there. And yeah, and also he had a decent Syed Mustaq Ali trophy. He had two very good innings, and but the thing about Kedar Jadhav is, I don't think he is a good bowler. He there, yeah, he's a smart bowler, but I don't think he's a good bowler because he did not even bowl in the Syed Mustaq Ali Trophy, not this year, not last year, or the IPL. I mean, Dhoni knows how to use him, but I don't think many franchises will uh, make him ball. So considering the same Jadhav, and also he's an ODI player, I don't rate him as a T20 player. He has a strike rate of 120 in T20s and IPL, around the same 125 or maybe thereabouts. So Kedar Jadhav, if we can get him for less, yes. The other next player is Krishnappa Gautam. Now, Krishnappa Gautam is what do you say? Has a reputation of using the long handle and clearing the ropes, and he is good enough to do that. He's a valuable asset, and he had a decent Syed Mustaq Ali trophy as a bowler and not so much as a batsman. I mean, it depends on the fact that he does not get as many opportunities because he bats at number 7 for Karnataka. And so yeah, as a batsman, I would be little skeptical, but at the same time, I won't mind we buying Krishna Gautam. because if he can, take that, what do you say, the foreigner slot in between, it would enable us to play Bairstow at the top or anywhere. So that said, I would like, Krishnappa Gautam in that slot. And the player I would most prefer SRH buying is Shivam Dubey. Shivam Dubey is a he's a medium pacer, but by we could categorize him in a fast bowling all rounder. Now, in India, for India, there's only one premium fast bowling all rounder, that is Hardik Pandya, and the gap between Hardik Pandya and the next best fast bowling all rounder is so high. But still, if there is someone, there are maybe two good fast bowling all rounders after them, and I would say Vijay Shankar, and yeah, Shivam Dubey. No, though not so much by reputation, but I think these two are, what do you say, at least IPL level, and can make a starting 11 of an IPL team. And also, Shivam Dubey had a very good Syed Mustaq Ali Trophy. He averaged at 40 and scored. His strike rate was around 140 as well. So I mean, those are pretty healthy numbers. And his bowling was not far behind as well. An economy of 7 in Syed Mustaq Ali Trophy, and or under 7. So it's it was strange that RCB let go of Shivam Dubey. I'm pretty sure that there will be plenty of teams that will be going for Shivam Dubey, and it won't be easy. There might be a case that we might have to spend 8, 9, or even 10 crores. That would leave us with 75 lakhs for two players. So it's not an ideal situation, but I think Shivam Dubey probably deserves it, and it's only for one season, so I don't think there's nothing much we're going to lose, even if he doesn't perform well, because the backups are still good. Now, yeah, now the team combination now, if you see, if let's say we buy Shivam Dubey, you can see Warner, Saha, Kane Williamson, Manish Pandey, Vijay Shankar, uh, Virat Singh or an Abdul Samad, uh, and Mohammad Nabi, Mitchell Marsh, and all. Now, sorry, now the team with Shivam Dubey, it would look something like this. It would be Warner, it would be Bairstow, the famed opening which, took us to playoffs in 2019. Now, then we have the ever reliable Kane Williamson, then we have Manish Pandey, then we have Vijay Shankar, and then we're going to play Abdul Samad or Virat Singh. And at number 7 we will have Shivam Dubey, and 8 will be Rashid and the 3 fast bowlers. So Indian fast bowlers. So you see, this would significantly strengthen our batting with the presence of Bairstow. And the fifth bowler here will be the responsibility will be shared with Shivam Dubey, medium pacer, Abdul Samad, who's a spinner, and Vijay Shankar. So these three, I'm pretty sure, can manage 4 overs, and that should, and there are no marks. Abdul Samad did well with the ball as well. So I would say Shivam Dubey would really increase the team strength. At the same time, I would say Krishnappa Gautam as well, because of the spinning conditions. I think Krishnappa Gautam would be a good alternative for Shivam Dubey. So the only reason I prefer Shivam Dubey is because Shivam Dubey is a better batsman, and I think with the bowling depth and with the all rounders we have in the form of Samad and Vijay Shankar already in the team, it is okay if you have an off day with the ball, but the primary objective is we need a batsman. Yeah. So yeah, that is the first team formation that I'm looking at. Now, there are three players that I spoke about: Jadav, Krishnappa Gautam, and Shivam Dube. I think Shivam Dube is going to be a premium player this time around. And okay, the next combination is, let's say Beresto is already a starter. Then we have uh, along with Warner. Now, in this case, uh, now let's say now this team B, okay, with the present team we have, okay. Now that is Warner, Bairstow, uh, Kane Williamson, Manish Pandey. Bottom four pick themselves up, and the two slots in between uh, are for Abdul Samad, let's get, and then bottom five, Abdul Samad and one more player. Now, now if we say that, if we need to strengthen our batting even more and not care about the bowling abilities of that player, because our fifth bowler can be one of the responsibility can be shared with between Abdul Samad and Vijay Shankar. In that case, or we have an alternative in the form of Abhishek Sharma. In that case, we need to pick the best batsman possible. And the player that that is in everyone's mind right now is Karun Nair. Karun Nair, career has not has taken a nosedive ever since he has scored that 300 3 years ago, and it really has he really hasn't, he does not even play for Kings XI Punjab, a team that fails to qualify for playoffs regularly. He cannot get a starting berth in that. And his Syed Mustaq Ali Trophy this time was a massive disappointment as well. But he did have a decent tournament last time around. So it's not that suddenly he has become a bad player. He's just going through a bad patch. So there is still a hope for recovery. We still want him to be at his best. So in a case that we decide, okay, enough of all rounders, we need the best batsman possible. The player that every team, or even SRH should be targeting right now is Karun Nair. I see Karun Nair being what do you say, an improvement on Vijay Shankar batting wise, or a good flexibility option. I don't know, but at the end of the day, he's a proper batsman who might not may have a starting place, but yeah, he's a proper batsman. Now, in case if there is a case, we play five specialist bowlers and six batsmen, then you need the six best batsmen. So in that case, can Karun Nair make it into the top six? It's dicey, but yeah, there is. He is a very good option on the bench, a very good Indian option on the bench. But I don't think we'll be going for Karun Nair, because if we already have a strong top order, and the reliability on a middle order or low middle order has been historically less at SRH, then I don't think investing too much in Karun Nair would be a wise decision. So yeah, so bottom line is, I would prefer the four players that I don't mind SRH absolutely going for, are the four players I've gone for. Shivam Dube and Krishnappa Gautam would be the two players I would absolutely love one of them to be at SRH. And if not, the contingency plan would be Karun Nair or Kedar Jadhav. So that said, that is, we have three slots, and one of them, I can guarantee you that we're gonna lift the paddle for Shivam Dube and Krishnappa Gautam, or both. That is something I am 100% sure about. What So I mean, it let's say it it's we go for he goes for 10 crores or something, and we are out, and we are left with very little money. And what, then we need to think, okay, what are the holes that we can plug in the squad? Okay, so now the three slots, one slot is for the premium player, which is the four players that I've talked about. The second slot, which is the second Indian player, it should be a slot that is really bugging me, is a wicket keeper slot. Now, here's the thing, every team has a very, very, very good wicket keeper. Most of them have a very good Indian keeper. Now, Chennai has Dhoni. Bangalore, I think, not Indian, but they had Parthiv Patel till last year, and they will have Josh Phillippe or AB de Villiers also. Uh, and then you go to Mumbai, you have Ishan Kishan. You go to uh, Delhi, you have Rishabh Pant. Rajasthan, Samson. Punjab, you have KL Rahul and Dinesh Karthik for Kolkata. You see, there is a very good Indian wicketkeeper batsman, and that is something that is lagging at SRH. I know. Ridhiman Saha was amazing in the four matches that he played for SRH, and he got injured. But at the end of the day, he's a 37-year-old, and I doubt that he's going to play 14 plus matches. And be consistent. The alternative is Beristo. Now, if we play Beristo, we won't play the foreign all-rounder. So that is what we are hoping, that Shivam Dubey or a Krishnappa Gautam can plug that hole. So considering the same, we need an Indian wicket keeper. So Beristo is not a certain starter. Ridhiman Zaha, I don't trust him very much. Our next alternative is Srivats Goswami, who I think is the worst player amongst all the retained players in IPL this time around. But he's a wicket keeper, and he has some value. So considering the same, I would say a low cost wicket keeper, it would be I'm thinking about two players. One is Avi Barot. He's he's a Saurashtra player. He had an amazing tournament. His strike rate was around 190, and he was one of the top three run getters this time at Syed Mustaq Ali Trophy. And I don't think he's a player that we are going to get for cheap if we do go for him. So Avi Barot, I don't think we're going to get him, because I think his price is going to be at least 2 crores, in my opinion. So if we get the player for our primary player for a 7 crore thing, let's say we get Shivam Dubey for 7-8 crores, and then there is a chance that we might get Avi Barot for 2 crore figure. Now, if there is a chance that there we do not get Avi Barot, the next player that I'm talking about is Pete Bisht. Bisht is I think he played for Meghalaya, I think, this time around. I mean, one of the northeastern states, and he had a very good IPL. He's a top order batsman who scored at 160 strike rate inside Mustaq Ali Trophy. He had a very good season. I think but he will not attract so much attention. So he's a wicketkeeper batsman that we can get for cheap. So this is a backup. This is only for a backup player. I don't think we should invest so much in. And now with the remaining money, we can buy, if there is any money, we can buy let's any foreigner for a base price. There'll be plenty of foreigners, X factor foreigners. One player that is really in the top of my head is Cameron Green. And yeah, I mean, I can say that yeah, because he's an all-round, and we are already filled with all-rounders. So I yeah, but still, I mean, I think he did not play in Big Bash. Had a decent series with India in Test, but I think he's a player. And if we are looking at uh, a left field option, I would say Evan Lewis. Evan Lewis in T20, T10 in Abu Dhabi has been scoring at over 250, and he's one of the leading run scorer, one of the top five run scorers. I think he's the second most impressive batsman in the T10 tournament in Abu Dhabi after Nicholas Puran, and there is if we can get him for base price, it he and Warner will be a very good opening combination. But again, it really affects the entire what is a team combination, and it will be difficult to accommodate someone who brings only one skill, and I don't think there's place for him. But yeah, it will enable us to make sure that the other teams don't buy him. He's an amazing form. I don't think he'll come for base price. I think there'll be plenty of teams bidding for him. So yeah, it was going to be difficult. But yeah, there are plenty of players you can buy for base price of foreigners, and it should be it should not be a big deal. So yeah, that's about it. I would like to know that which team combination would you rather prefer. I'm gonna share the team combinations. You can just pause this video and see which team combination would you rather prefer with a Shivam Dubey, and you can see what would you prefer rather. And if there are any other players that you would like to discuss about, or please leave a comment, and I will definitely respond to that. So yeah, the auction is on 19th, which is 9 days, and we are I'm super excited to see how they do. We usually last season we went for plenty of unproven players in the hopes of that at least one of them has a very good season, but none of them really sees their opportunity. So this time it's the next season is going to be mega auction. So this is the season, it's to fill the gap, for one season. If it goes bad, let it be. It's not a mega auction where your entire core is built on that. Next season, the entire team is going to be deconstructed and built again during the mega auction. So yeah, so I don't think there is not lot at stake, but I think we can significantly improve our team with a proper all-rounder. So with that said, I would like to say thank you very much. If you come this far in this video, I would really appreciate a comment, and be really helpful. And I'm always open to discussions, and yeah, just cannot wait for the auction. See you guys soon, and let's go SRH, go Orange Army. See ya. Bye bye.